Welcome to another solo session live stream. I'm your host with the pirate name in the real estate game, Zach King. Happy pre-Friday, everybody. It's Thursday night, and here I am doing this one more time solo. I've been working on the system, though. Got a couple of tricks up my sleeve now. They're going to work into being something really, really cool here shortly. I haven't touched the audio issue trying to bring a guest on, though, and I feel terrible about that. But today was one of those days where I was just like, I don't know why, but I can't focus long enough to do stuff. And then I got like the second wind this afternoon, so I don't know. I'm calling it's a Thursday problem. But yeah, once I started getting going, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to show you some cool stuff tonight. I don't have a ton tonight, but that's okay. Just remember, you can chat from wherever you're at. I will be able to bring it up here on the screen so everybody can see it. But for example, if you send a comment over on YouTube, it'll only show up to the people on YouTube and to me, and whatever I bring up on the stream. I can try to drop comments. It only works on like 3 of the platforms, but it's all good. So if you got questions or you want to talk about something, hop on the chat. We'll have a good time. That being said, today is actually a very special day, and I gotta give a shout out where the shout out is due. Let me switch over here real quick, and we're gonna bring this up. We got a happy 20th birthday to William, my redheaded stepchild. I love that he's my redheaded stepchild. That's great. He loves sushi. Like we cannot take him to a sushi restaurant or like the all-you-can-eat buffet, because he will get like the one plate that they offer you, and it is a tower of sushi. So yeah, go get yourself a sushi cake tonight to celebrate. Let's see here. There he is. He's up at Florida State University. Yeah. I don't have the sound file ready to go on that right this second. I could, but I'm not going to. Where last year he was playing in the Marching Chiefs, which was awesome. He plays trombone and he might be a little rusty, but he can still play bagpipes too, which is really awesome. So, but he's now playing with the other sports bands, and I don't know the name of it. I can't keep it straight. I fuzzy brain. But no, he's doing great. He's loving college, and yeah, he's 2 decades old now. It's kind of scary. But yeah, happy birthday, William.
Happy birthday!
All right. See, that was good. It was a wholesome start to the episode. Here, let's do this while we're right here. See, gotta get the hands up in the screen so you can see it. Let's turn the chat box on. Oh, maybe not. Chat on. Oh, wait, maybe it's show the chat. Show chat. Fine, be that way. Stupid system anyway. Oh, there we go. Let's try it this way. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. It worked. There we go. See, got it under voice control now. It's kind of cool. I dig it. I got a bunch of stuff I've worked on. I'm having difficulty trying to remember what it is, but I can do it. It's all good. It's right. We're here to have fun. So just as a friendly reminder, you can chat from wherever you're at. If you're just tuning in on the Facebook page, the Facebook profile, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, TikTok, and Rumble. Of those, I gotta say, Rumble, you gotta get your act together, man. Like I love it for being an open kind of a forum there. I dig that. I like the principles behind it, but trying to set up the live stream is just like it takes me 5 minutes to go in there and poke at stuff. Everything else, I'm like, can you link my account? And it's like, sure, we can do that. And okay, update my stuff. Okay, cool. Rumble, you just need to get your act together. So anyhow, but yes, you can chat from wherever you're at. Chat box off. No, chat off. Chat off. No. Where is it? I'm getting there. Oh, wait, duh. I made it easy for myself and hide the chat. No, still not working. Hide the chat. Ha, there we go. So anyhow, yeah, that's a little rough start, but hey, what do you expect? It's new stuff for me. And I might change that up as time goes on. But yeah, I do have some fun, cool stuff for you this evening. I do not want to start there. Here, let's do the other promo before we really get rock and rolling, because this one is also wholesome. Tomorrow is Friday, and that means it's Fraud Friday, so tune in tomorrow for all your latest intel on frauds and scams, but it's also $5 Friday. Can you spare just $5 for a pause cause? These beautiful faces are all in boarding, and that's not free. And poor Chandler doesn't even have a photo yet, but he ran up the vet bill with his battle with liver failure. Any amount is gratefully received. You can donate at pawliferescuegroup.org/donate. If you would prefer to donate products, they have a link on that page for their Amazon wish list too. Adopt, don't shop, and please spay and neuter your pets. If you can't adopt, then please consider fostering or financing one of these friendly faces. See, I told you, wholesome and fun. Isn't that nice? Yeah, that's the good stuff. It warms my soul. So yeah, let's turn the browser on. Oh no, let's go to the internet. Maybe I had it. Let's try it again. Let's go to the internet. Now, dang it, man. It's so close. What did I save that as? It's just, oh, duh. You know, I really need to get like all my terms together. Let's try this one more time. Show the internet. I'm digging this. This is so cool. I just gotta try and get all of the terms the same so I can just say the same thing, only with the different things. Yeah, I gotta be careful how I phrase it now too, because the computer will just take over and turn things off. So, but yeah, let's go through some of the fun stuff on the online. Hold on though, because man, do I have a doozy for you here at the end. I'm not going to be on this all night tonight. I'm getting kind of hungry. So, but yeah, this one should be fast and fun. Firstly, if you're a VA or anybody else, but this specifically applies to veterans, are you lender ready? Part 1, they have a 2-part series designed to help you prepare financially and get connected with potential small business lenders. So if you're a veteran, and I very much advocate this, I preach this as much as I can. You know, a big part of our mentality was improvise, adapt, and overcome. And that may or may not serve you well in the traditional employment sector, but it works amazing for entrepreneurs. We're wired for it. So if you're interested in becoming an entrepreneur, the VA is, and here, let me do this. The VA is putting an event on. There we go. Drop the link in the chat. I don't know if anybody will be able to see it or not, but hey, what the heck? Last time I checked, it worked like for 3 of the platforms, so why not? But yeah, if you're interested in potential small business lenders, and you know you're past the initial "ooh, I've got a great idea" stage, you can hop on this. It's an online event. It's free. You got to register ahead of time, but there's a link right there to register. So if you're looking to secure a small business loan, have you been in business for 2 years or more? And you know, if you're not, that's okay. You can still go to this and listen and find out, like, here's the steps so you can set yourself up for success. I will say that typically speaking, you'll hear this statistic thrown out there all the time that, you know, most businesses won't last 5 years. There's a reason for that. But you know, the flip side of that is if somebody said, here's a winning lottery ticket, you just have to buy 5. Wouldn't you buy 5 lottery tickets if you knew one of them was going to hit for you? Or, you know, 1 in 10 business, or, you know, 9 out of 10 businesses fail. Cool. Go buy 10 lottery tickets. One of them's going to hit. And the thing is, you learn through the process. So, and there's so much awesome content out there now. So anyhow, this is presented by the Virginia Small Business Administration District Office. We do have the same thing here. The nearest one I know of is in Clearwater. They also have the Small Business Development Center, which is really awesome. It's near the Pinellas Realtor Organization, So, but this is an introductory workshop to walk you through the documents you need when applying for a small business loan, followed by an in-person forum where you will participate in panel sessions with traditional and alternative lenders. So, if nothing else, at least you can go to the online one and find out, like, here's the paperwork involved if you do want to try for this. But yeah, there's good stuff here. Expert financial prep, meet with lenders, insightful panel sessions, interactive Q&A. So you don't have to be in Virginia because it is Virginia, isn't it? Ooh, fuzzy brain's a little fuzzy. Yeah, Virginia SBA District Office. But, this is the one that the VA sent out via the email. Speaking of which, I got a bone to pick with them tonight, too. If you're considering getting into business for yourself or you've been in business for 2 years, hook up with this. At least you can do the online side, and maybe that'll fast track you on some of the other stuff. Speaking of the VA, they ticked me off today. They sent me an email that the local one, Bay Pines, hold on a second here. Excuse me, had to get a little cough out there. Local Bay Pines. Ooh, Wendell. Oh, okay. My wife just tagged everybody, which is awesome. Thank you, Pookie. But no, so the local VA just sent out an email this afternoon where they're saying that, hey, our facilities we're open to service dogs only. And I went, hold up. I got to Google this because I know better. And okay, so the VA is going off of federal law. Okay, I mean, like, I understand they consider themselves a federal facility, but at that point you should say, yes, we 100% respect service dogs, and that part's fine. But they're like no other service animals. I went, hold up, wait a minute. I know for a fact there is at least one other category of bona fide service animal in the state of Florida. So I went and found the info and I tried to email it back to them. And like, we don't accept email at this address. I'm like, you bastards. Anyhow, the other one here in Florida is actually miniature horses, not ponies. Miniature horses can be set up as service animals. So both dogs and miniature horses can be service animals in the state of Florida. But apparently VA is just like, tough tacos, man. And if that's true VA wide, but you're a veteran who's got a service horse, where are you going to go to the VA? Because you can't. They're not going to let you bring your miniature horse in there. Horse, pony, whatever, I know. Miniature pony. There's some great ones. I actually do need to put in a little segment about this because I think they're so flirty. If y'all want to check it out on Facebook, Flirty, the service horse, something like that. Just the cutest darn horse you've ever seen, and it's a legitimate service animal. So VA, get your stuff together. I understand you're going to respect service dogs, but for the love of all things holy, respect the state that you are based in, and say service animals in compliance with state law are also welcome. Because birds, cats, dogs, miniature horses, there's all sorts of categories depending on the state. Florida, it's only miniature horses and dogs, but still. Get your act together, VA. That I'm gonna cuss. That's bullshit. And again, it may only affect one veteran out of 100,000, but one shouldn't have a problem. They shouldn't. So yeah, that one really irked me. Anyhow. So let's move on to some other stuff here. Let's go over to Zillow paints rosy picture for what's to come in the housing market. That was on December 6th. So officially 2 months ago now. Hard to believe. After the roller coaster ride, Zillow is painting a generally optimistic outlook for residential real estate. Y'all know what I got to say about that. Break out the crystal ball, man. Yeah. Tell me what it's going to be like. They don't know. Anyhow, Old phantom of higher interest rates could appear from the shadows and rain on everyone's parade. Actually, and I don't have it handy here right this second. Interest rates have trickled down a little bit. We're not seeing big drops that are really going to spur some market movement. And I didn't bring up the market statistics as we don't have any for January. All I have is end of year 2024, and things slow down a lot in 2024. So interest rates are still high. Prices keep creeping up a little bit, but the number of listings on the market and the time that they're on the market, it's huge night and day difference. So, slowed a little bit. But yeah, take advantage of increased housing activity. If you're looking to buy, let me tell you, you're in a good position. If you're looking to sell, it's a lot tougher right now. Like everybody is still on the cocaine high of 2020, 2021. Like, I didn't even put a sign in the yard and I had 5 offers. Yeah, well, that's how things work. It's a different market now, and we're going to figure out who's got the chops. So, anyhow, Zillow's 2.6 home value growth prediction for 2025 is modest and not too dissimilar to this year's, which is a good thing. Flippers will have more buyers, landlords will have more tenants, and as long as investors remain realistic about profits and rents, Zillow estimates 4.3 million home sales in the coming year, up marginally from 4.1. We actually trended down slightly last year, so, we can figure out what they can do with that crystal ball. Southwest will become a buyer's market. Yep. Mortgage rate roller coaster. Like I said, it's trickling down. If those mortgage rates, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, I don't see any reason for it to happen, because there's a lot of instability in the market right this second. But yeah. If those rates were to drop significantly, like by a full point, we'd be off to the races again. But no, not right now. Small homes are big business. Yeah, I'm seeing this that a lot of people are like, I don't want all that. And my wife and I are kind of like that too. Like, the bigger the house, the more stuff you got to clean. If you don't need all the space, why would you want something bigger than that? So yeah, we're kind of seeing that a little bit. Zillow predicts the American homebuyers' embracing of smaller houses, signified by the word cozy and more listings, up 35%. Look, that's realtor speak for tiny. Nothing wrong with it, but last year was the first year that AI really started to take hold and become a popular product, and yeah, you can tell the AI listings out there. So cozy, that gets thrown in a lot. Depends. Like, cozy to me is like tiny to somebody else is like huge to somebody else. You just don't know. So I try to avoid that word. Also, here's a pro tip for you. If your realtor includes, or I should say, no, hold up. Gotta pause for a second. When I talk smack about real estate agents, because ethically I can't talk bad about realtors. So I'm going to talk smack about real estate agents. Look, if your real estate agent includes the word location in your listing, that's not a win. There are very, figure out, there's 100 ways to say this is what this area has to offer, or it's 0.3 miles from the lake. Cool. But the worst offending listing I've ever seen, they literally said the beginning of it was location. Okay, that's horrible. And then later on, they're like, did I mention the location? And the location's great. And I'm like, holy crap, find a different word. And they like it really stood out. It made a big point to me, and I swore I would never use that in a listing. It's hard to do, but the rewards are there. So watch what your agent like, and look at what else, like, go look at their history, see what they've written up. If it looks like AI, and actually there is a tell on some of the stuff now where there's like, I can't remember, I just saw it today too, but it was like v.4 or something, or v.5, and like it was the Chat GPT prompt. It was just on the end where it said, this is generated by Chat GPT, whatever it was, or v.5, and like they included that, and I'm like, man, really? So yeah, as rentals fill, tenants will have less room to negotiate. Yeah, that's true. Supply, demand, that curve there, that's important. And yeah, so we're gonna skip out of that. Don't worry, I'm gonna come back to a listing. Oof, man, this one's brutal. New data spells out the key factors driving migration trends. Again, this is about 2 months old. And I'm just making sure that I cover all of this because then these go bye-bye and I can put in fresh stuff. New report this is from biggerpockets.com. New report from Redfin details why homeowners are moving. 17.5% said they plan to move within the next year because of crime concerns, while 13.7% say they plan to move because of climate risks. Look, I get it. Like, you don't want to be where you got to worry about getting shot because somebody wants your car, and you don't want to be where the tornadoes are, or the fires, or the earthquakes, or the floods, or the landslides, or the snowfall, whatever. And look, Florida's got its own stuff. We all know about the hurricanes. The tornadoes came on my radar last year. The normal thunder, like summertime thunderstorm, it might spawn a tornado. Those aren't really, they're water spouts that they're pretty weak. Oh, I lost that one, didn't I? Oh no, I moused over something. But yeah, the ones coming off the hurricane last year, that was scary. So worried homeowners versus carefree renters, it's not so simple. Look, if you're renting, you can be mobile. You can pack your stuff and say, I'm not paying the rent anymore. Okay, thanks, bye. And move to someplace else. You have the mobility. If you own a place or you're a landlord, you're kind of stuck. Yeah, especially if you're a landlord, because you got to honor that lease, or you got to have good way to get your tenants to agree to move out. But yeah, it's a thing. Per the report, 20.4% of homeowners worry about the crime in their current area versus 16.3% of renters. Of course, homeowners have to worry about the property value as well. When it comes to climate, the disparity is larger, 17% versus 10% of renters. Yeah, because if you own the place, you're the one who's worried about, is the insurance company going to hose me? Which they did this past year to a bunch of people. If you're a renter, you're effectively still paying for the insurance that's going to be included in your rent. But, you know, if something happens to the property and the insurance company goes, no, tough tacos, that's not your problem. So yeah, it's a good thing. They dive into more of it, but I've already read this thing like 4 times, so I'm just going to skip on to the next one. This one's good though. This one I like. This one's off of Gizmodo, and it was published December 18th. Wow, I don't know why I haven't covered this one yet. New real estate app lets users see their future neighbor's political affiliation before moving in. Ooh, yeah, right now things are very politically charged. So, yeah. New real estate app promises Americans the opportunity to retreat even further into politically siloed communities by screening their potential neighbors for unwanted party affiliations. The Odyssey app, which bills itself as a real estate search management platform, includes a feature that allows would-be home buyers to assess the political leanings of their potential neighbors before moving in. Yeah. Look, I get along with everybody. I also think everybody's nuts. So, you know, whatever. But I can see how that could be problematic. Beyond standard search filters, Odyssey pioneers never before available block by block social and political data. That's a little scary because, you know, if they have that, then, you know, what if that data gets back to your bank and they go, oh, you're not with the party today. Bye. Unbanked. Kind of scary, but yeah. Odyssey only recently soft launched in South Florida and New York City this October. Really? Like New York City? With South Florida and New York, they're the same place. Just one has better weather. I don't know if they're going to have a big disparity between neighborhoods. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he's on a mission to democratize home search data. Dude, that's not, yeah. I don't think that's going to work how you think it's going to work. So yeah, if y'all want to go check out this Odyssey, you might find some info. Yeah, they had a little conversation, blah, blah, blah. So let's see, what's the, It's not Odyssey. It's, man, you can't even pronounce that. OC app? OYSSEY.com. All right, y'all have fun with that one. But just realize, like, if your political information is out there, because I mean, like, to a certain point, it has to be. If you're on the voter rolls, it's tied to your address. I can see how they're getting the data. I mean, it is a matter of public record up to a point. So, you know, if you're looking to sell your home, like, that may not go how you want it to go. That's all I'm saying. You know, there are legitimate things to negotiate on. There are legitimate reasons to decline a home that you like. Political affiliation. Oh, that is a hot button. Let's look at the next one here, because this one I really dig. Could gold and silver become currency in Florida? Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. This was updated December 11th. Precious metals like gold and silver are not legal tender under current Florida law. If the state's chief financial officer gets his way, however, that could change. Yes, because over thousands of years of history, precious metals were the standard, but we're not going to accept precious metals because we like this fake stuff that the Federal Reserve prints out of thin air. And they have they're not affiliated, they're not a government agency. They are neither federal nor reserve, nor are they tied in with the government. But we tote these little green things around and think that they're worth something. Gold and silver is actually worth something. So to me, like, you know, you should like, and this is something that we talked about in real estate school with contract law and that kind of stuff. Is this going to work? Let me check this out real quick. I'm not an attorney. That didn't work. Not an attorney. Didn't work. It's okay. It's okay. I'm getting there. But yeah, it was something we talked about in real estate school. Is there's two kinds here of compensation. There's good and kind. Good compensation is, you know, hey, your house is up for sale for $500,000. I'll give you $500,000. You have some negotiable instrument that you're trading value A for value B. And, you know, you can work that however you want to. You can also say, excuse me, I've got 15 cows and a flock of 30 sheep. You want that? Okay, yeah, that's still good there. I mean, that's, you know, the value of that might be equivalent to the house. That's fine too. Then you've got kind, which is, dude, I like your tie. You want my house? It's still legal, still legitimate. I don't know if anybody would argue that makes a lot of sense, but there are some cases, you know. For example, this is my kid. I love him. Here, have my house. That is perfectly legal. There is nothing saying you can't do that. So anyhow, same thing with gold and silver. You should at least theoretically be able to accept whatever you want to as payment. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I would really like to see that. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin can be used. You got to find a title company that'll close with it, but, you know, as long as everybody agrees, shouldn't be a problem. So same thing, gold and silver. They argue that precious metals serve as a viable alternative to the US dollar and other fiat currencies, or money that is not pegged to a physical commodity to determine its value. Gold and silver is real money. Everything else is just printed out of thin air. Not talking, you know, precious metals, and just surprisingly enough, Bitcoin meets the definition of being a proper, almost precious metal standard. It's an exciting initiative that has potential enormous growth in our state. Gold and silver have been trusted assets for thousands of years, and it makes perfect sense to use them as legal tender. Proposal includes certain tax exemptions as well, making sure gold and silver are not taxed as personal property, because they shouldn't be. They're not personal property any more than the dollar bills in your wallet or I mean, they are, but they're not. But no, like, I totally dig this as an idea, and I really hope it comes to pass. I haven't seen any updates about it recently, but I love it. And just so you know, this is from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He said, as a general rule of thumb, if you will, you should be able to buy a ounce of gold with 40 ounces of silver. It hasn't, historically it waffles some, but you should also be able to purchase a normal home for about 40 ounces of gold. And it's a very good guideline. So start looking at your gold and silver prices versus home values. You'll see what's what. Certain tax exemptions. I think a lot of Americans have been looking for some independence. Yes. I don't want my bank saying, no, you can't buy that. What are you doing with your money? Oh, you spent $601. We're going to report you. Please. Gold and silver currency could help with inflation. That's very true. You're like, and yeah, if you want to look at the trend between gold and silver value versus the dollar has massively inflated over time. It's crazy. Gonna have to get the businesses to buy in on this as well. Well, there's a lot of businesses out there that do accept Bitcoin now, which is cool. They're gonna have to accept the type gold or silver backed currency. Yeah, totally fine. This is true. Mark Bonnet, the owner of Tampa Bay Coin and Precious Metals, says integrating gold and silver currency into daily life is much more challenging than it would appear. It's very difficult to have because, you got to carry around heavy precious metals. That's not easy to do, and then you got to find somebody who's willing to take it, which is part of where the greenback came from. If you go back before the latest and greatest, 1913, what you were issued, the dollar, was actually a certificate issued by a bank. It was a debt instrument that you could trade in for $1 worth of gold or silver. And then they're like, we'll just cut that out. Now they're worthless, comparatively speaking. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Y'all want to send me a dollar bill, a $100 bill? Send them, please. I'm not going to argue. Bonnet works with gold and silver and serves as a process for valuing each coin, even on melt value, though. And for those of you who are like, oh, I can't believe it. Look, the minimum wage in 1968 was $1.25. The melt value, because they were those 5 quarters were silver. The melt value of that silver is about $20 right now. So $20 an hour, same from 1968. If that was minimum wage then, cool. It's good to know these things. So I wholeheartedly support this. Let's go move on to the next one. Oh yeah, come on. Over 6 million Americans are late on their mortgage payments. Here's what it means for investors. It means investors get to scoop up some deals. And this was only 23 hours ago. So yeah, if you're late on your mortgage payment, reach out to your lender, reach out to your realtor. You got problems, we can help. I'm not going to come up out of pocket for you, but we may have some other strategies to work on that you may not know about. Over 6 million Americans are late on their mortgage payments, as reported on January 27th. So yeah, a combination of high interest rates from adjustable rate mortgages and increasing insurance costs, often bundled in the monthly payment, has had a devastating financing effect for many homeowners. It's very true. The adjustable rate mortgage thing, like I couldn't believe anybody was still pitching it in 2020 because interest rates were like you getting a mortgage for 2.5-3%, something like that. What would be the benefit to getting it any lower for any amount of time? Now, though, there is an argument for an adjustable rate mortgage, although the drop, the delta on those rates is not tremendous. But if you could get a 3.5 or a 4 right now for, the next 5 years, cool. You're going to live in a house for 2 years and turn around and sell it. Hot damn, do that. Just don't sit on it for 6 years because that's going to hurt. Anyhow, and yeah, the insurances, look, I've been saying this for a while. Waiting for it to happen. Me and my crystal ball. But the insurance industry is ripe for some disruption. I don't know what it's going to be. It's but yeah, like it can't just continue to double and triple every year and still have anything be sustainable. And I don't know what that bellwether event's going to be. It could be that 6 million people say, all right, fine, can't afford the insurance, take the house back, and crash the banking system with the house foreclosures because of the insurance industry. I don't know. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying I could see it happening. But something's got to change before everybody just says it ain't worth it anymore. But yeah, Mississippi had the highest number of late payments with 15% of homeowners behind on their mortgages. Illinois was next with just about 14% late, but according to the study, 24% of renters were delinquent on their payments to their landlord. They're getting squeezed too. Delaware also had a combined 14% of homeowners and tenants behind on their payments. So inflation has outpaced paychecks. Yeah, inflation not good. A lot of homeowners are foregoing insurance. And let me tell you, that's a difficult one. Like if your house is paid off, do you no longer pay insurance? I know of one person who categorically is like, he's got a bunch of rentals too. And he's like, nope, don't need it. Because if one house gets destroyed, he can afford to rebuild it. He basically self-insures, which is cool. I mean, but you know, we got hurricanes around here. That's kind of scary. Like you own your home, you own it outright, something happens and you got to pay out of pocket to have it built back up. That would hurt. And that's what those insurance companies, that's what it's there for, though, that catastrophic damage. So it's going to be a problem. Insurance and taxes surpass mortgage payments for many homeowners. Paying $1,000 a month for your mortgage and another $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 for your taxes and insurance. Look, we watched the banking market collapse in 2008. Yeah, your taxes and insurance should not be more than what your mortgage is, ever. That's inexcusable. That's a problem with the government. That's a problem with the insurance companies. So enough said about that. But yeah, there's 6 million. If you got a problem, call somebody. Let us help you solve it. There's no shame in that. No shame whatsoever. How investors should approach mortgage delinquencies. Yeah, if you need somebody to buy you out, those are out there. I know a couple. They're good. They're solid. So end of year foreclosure numbers were up, particularly in Florida, New Jersey, and Nevada. However, overall foreclosures were down. So states with the longest average time to foreclose were Louisiana, Hawaii, New York, Wisconsin, and Nevada. Yeah. Try to negotiate a deal before the house goes into foreclosure. Research tax and mortgage delinquencies if you're looking to buy a place. Be intentional and specific. Driving for dollars. Work out a win-win scenario. Invest in tax liens. That's a thing too. Sheriff sales. Invest in lead-generating websites if you're looking to find one of these. But yeah, really good info. And talking about people having problems in the markets, people are panicking. Snowbirds rush to sell Florida homes as the loonie tanks. Those of you who aren't really well versed, Canada uses the loonie, not the dollar, because they got a loony bird on their dollar. Whatever, they're Canada. Yes, I wholeheartedly make fun of Canada. My ex-wife's Canadian, so yeah, I have a special hatred in my heart for Canada. I did love Montreal though. Well, anyhow. Let's see here. We got, Montreal. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name. She's been soaking up rays at her Florida condo ever since winter 2011. 14 years of that. Sunshine all the time. Don't have to shovel snow. The beach, the sand, of course. So, yeah. And hers was halfway between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Yes, continue reading, you piece of crap. Things changed drastically. The Canadian dollar is not at par with the US dollar. It was tracking there for a while. That was behind our major decision to sell. Higher insurance rates, taxes, and condo fees. Yeah, because their money is worth, it was worth $1. Now it's worth, well, we're going to take a look at that here in a second. For us Canadians, it's double whammy, pointing to the loonie that trades for roughly 69 American cents on top of rising maintenance cost. Yeah, so if your dollar is only worth 70 cents, then having a price increase of $1 is like having you got to triple your 70 cents. That's a problem. So, you know, they love this place, but it came to the point now it's cheaper for me to come 2 months and rent. So yeah, Canadians made up nearly 1/4 of foreign sellers in Florida between April 2023 and March 2024 versus 11% the same. So more than double. Yeah, that's shocking. So, you know, they can't afford to stay here. They're getting out. That could be a reason that the markets have slowed down quite a bunch. Oh man, well, I guess either one's fine. Says Quebecers and juggling twice her typical workload with 30 plus listings. Yeah, Canadians getting out of Dodge, and I understand it. Like, if you're Canadian, you're in this situation in the Tampa Bay area. I don't hate you specifically. We'll talk smack about my ex though. Anyhow, yeah, it's going a little crazy right now. Minimum Southwest Florida is 90 days and they're still not selling. We're seeing that with condo market here. So, you know, I mean, look, even if you got it paid off, it's still not cheap to come down here when you're like, you got to spend $3 Canadian to get to $2 American. Yeah. Anyhow, let's take a look at the Canadian dollar. Oh, right now they are at 69.85 at close, 69.89 at close. That's today. So they came up just a smidge. 5 day, they've trended up. Oh, look, you know, looks good, doesn't it? Let's take a look at the month. Oh man, that was a massive dip on January 11th, down to 60 cents. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. Let's look at 6 months here. So, you know, over 1 month, they're roughly the same. 6 months, massive dip on December 21st, 56 cents. 2 American dollars was worth 4 Canadian dollars on that day. That's rough, man. So yeah. And I mean, you know, it's still like, even at the highest point, it was just shy of 75 cents per dollar. That's year to date. 1 year, look at it. It's trend. Yeah, sneaking down there. Got a triple dip here. Maybe somebody who's good with stock market and Forex could tell me what a triple dip means. Yeah, they were at their high in June of 2021 at roughly 83 cents. So, I mean, like that sucks, but it's not great. But yeah, and now we're down to 70 cents. Yeah, that's a big jump over 5 years. And then when you look at the long-term history, oh, you know, man, I remember this too. They're like 2007. Oh, our dollar's worth more than yours, eh? You know, same thing there. February, hey, yeah, our dollar's worth the same. February of 2011, our dollar's worth the same. You know, oh, it's worth more than yours, eh? Huh, yeah, no, not anymore. So yeah, that's fun stuff there. I love doing that. Let's see, browser off. Browser off. Come on. Where is it? Gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Oh, here we go. Hide the internet. Hide the internet. Internet off. Internet off. Ah, that worked. I just gotta find the right term. Like I said, I need to make sure these are all the same. Drive me a little bit nuts. So yeah, let oh hey Wendell, all right, let's try this. Browser on. No, not that, got the wrong one. It worked on that though. Oh, chat on. Clap on. Oh, let's go to chat. Let's go to chat. I love this. Hands free, man. I'm digging it. The program I'm using is called Voice Attack, and it, you know, it's basically voice to text, and magic happens. It's a lot of work on my side to make the magic happen, but yeah, it does this cool stuff. So yeah, Jenny's been here. Okay, horse pony, whatever. And Wendell's here. Thank you for joining us this evening, Wendell. Let's see, you're over on Facebook of some sort, which is awesome. Let's try this. Where hide the chat. Hide the chat. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, let's get into the fun one of the evening so I can wrap this up. I went through the good stuff. Now it's time to get downright dirty. I'm going to do somebody dirty right now. This is terrible, 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 I tell you. This is a listing. This is a listing over in Tampa. And I got to say, I'm not like... It's not often that I think, oh man, somebody needs to be put on blast. This one, like I'll usually get one or two bad photos, but this is an entire listing. And I saw this, I was like, oh man, shit. Like I feel terrible about calling them out publicly, but so I'm not using names. I am not using names. I'm not putting up their photo or their info or anything like that. Just the listing photos, which is bad enough. So yeah, this one's pretty rough, man. And again, if you're looking to sell your house, screen the people that are offering to list your house. Look at their photos, look at their text. You don't have to be an English major. Just make sure that they're doing the right stuff the right way. Okay. All right. Let's have fun with this one. Cause yeah, that's one of the first photos on the MLS there. You know, that's cool, man. What's up with the little pink outfit? Is that Ralphie? Come on, Ralphie. I dig it. It worked. Next slide. Hands free still. Next slide. Look at that. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say, all right, so the lamp isn't, you know, they're not how they should be, but you know, that's not too terrible. And you know, you got to tilt the phone just so, yeah, but that's okay. It's a rookie mistake. Let's look at the next slide. Next slide. Really? Okay. Yeah, and that's how it shows on the MLS and Zillow. All right, well, you know, in video work, which I've tried to study up on, they call it a Dutch angle. All right, let's see. Next slide. Next slide. What in the hell? That's worse. It's not horizontal. It's not vertical. It's not even at a 45. You're sweet baby Jesus. All right, next slide. I'm just going to poke at it instead of talking to it. Hey, this one's actually kind of normal looking. Lights aren't lit. Okay, so the walls have some stuff or whatever, but you know, overall, that is not a terrible photo. Still a cell phone photo. Still a better way to do that, but that one's pretty acceptable. Like if you're running and gunning and you're just trying to get the photos slapped in there before you get your pro photographer in, I'm not going to hate on that one. Okay, still we're not getting the tilt the phone all the way thing, and it's still a little cattywampus, but okay. Is that a purse there? I don't know. Next slide. Next slide. What in the hell? Jesus. And again, that one's not working. Jesus. Jesus. There we go. Yeah, that's just wrong. There's that. Now it's tilted the other way. Terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Terrible. Terrible. All right. So that's not horrible, but like, can you just move the stuff off the porch and maybe like line up a little better? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hey, look, it's a closet. You didn't put any lights in there. I don't know. Maybe electricity was off. Okay, maybe I don't know if that's a closet or a shower. I can't quite tell. Okay, this is a big one. Something they actually did right. The toilet seat is closed. I'll give props for that. And you can't see the agent in the mirror. Still not good, but better. All right. All right. That's cool. What in the hell? There's that closet again, and it's... I'm serious. I did not edit these. I just downloaded them, changed the names so they would work in here, and what you see is what I saw, and it's what everybody else sees on the internet. Terrible, terrible, I tell you. Okay. All right. Not terrible, not squared away correctly. Maybe close the back door, get the dead body, the tarp, and what is that, bugs, weed killer spray or whatever, like hide the bad stuff, make it look as good as you can. Like that would take you 30 seconds, unless of course there is actually a dead body in there, but whatever. Next slide. Oh, hey, now we got a picture of the gym that isn't cropped. Really? Like, did you screen cap it, not crop? Okay, next slide. Backyard photo. All right, we're showing the shed out there. Not terrible. Yeah, clearly the condition of the lawn, that's not my problem here. Like, not every home is like picture perfect. So, okay, I kind of dig it. But look, there's still the garden hose in the bottom left corner there. And you can still see the body bag, tarp, whatever you want to call it. Like, you just move that stuff so it's not in there. Next slide. What the hell? Couldn't even park the car, get out, go for a little walk, go take a snap. Nope, gonna get your car and... Okay. Next. All right, still kind of back with the Dutch angle a little bit, and the garden hose that looks like a snake. Not cool. And the door's still open. Fine. All right. Not terrible. Not good, but not terrible. All right, we already saw a picture like this. I don't know why you uploaded two, but okay. Okay, we're still fighting the tilt the camera all the way. This is obviously the laundry room, because I don't have a way to point at it on the screen here for you yet. That's coming up soon. But it does, there is the little applique that says laundry room, in case you didn't know. And there's actually the instructions too. It says wash, fold, dry, repeat. Like you don't know how to do your laundry. But okay. Like a little dirty and dingy, no light, but not a terrible picture. Next one. Hey, this is borderline like good. Like, okay, turn the lights on and you actually got something here. Not terrible. All right, we're showing improvement here. What in the hell? Look, how did you not see yourself in this? I thought about blurring it, but it's not going to be big enough on anybody's screen to be able to actually see. And same thing, you got the weeds showing, you got a pair of pliers, some string trimmer, rake, like move the stuff. Yeah. Okay, picture at the pool during a thunderstorm with the little kid swimming. All right, fine, whatever. And again, screen cap, not cropped. Terrible, terrible, I tell you. Oh, hey, picture from the top of the slide. Screen capped, not cropped. Stealing somebody else's photo, I'm betting there. Tennis courts. Well, I mean, I'm assuming the tennis courts are level because this place probably paid a good amount of money to build tennis courts, so you would think that they would be level. So I'm guessing the photo is just, yeah. All right, cool. And there's some golf clubs there, so I'm assuming we got golf course. Hey, there we go. We got putting green. Maybe there's something else out there. I mean, we got a chair to set up here. I don't know what's going on with that. Here, what? Wait, I want to show this here. Look, next slide. Is that just the same as the previous slide? Yeah, there you go. Next slide. There you go. So yeah. To the pictures, almost identical. Pick your favorite. I would go with this one personally because, you got the golf bags that actually shows you that they got a place for the kids and all the rest of the stuff. All right, fair dinkum. What the hell? Could you not have taken 4 steps that way and tilted the phone and okay. All right. Let's let's look at the next one. Oh, hey, look, driving by again. There's a sidewalk there. Surely there's a place to stop and walk out on the sidewalk. Or, I don't know, stick your arm farther out? Crop in? Like, all right, fine. Again, got yourself in there. And what are you trying to show anyway? Like the front door to the place? Ugh. What the hell? There ain't no way that... No. The only way this line matches up is on like the corner between the ceiling and the wall, and no. And why the baby bed got just cardboard for the baby to lay on? No. Like, take the cardboard out or take the baby bed out. No. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the end of this run. Oh no, there you go. Front door with key and the deadbolt. Ain't got no deadbolt. Ain't no, there's no bolt there. They're like, why have a key? There is nothing to keep that door closed. That's not a selling point. It's not. I mean, like, what are the showing instructions? Just walk in because apparently you can. Terrible, I tell you. I got one thing to say about that. I'm going to turn that off and say shame. Shame. Come on.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Yeah, that was definitely the shameful MLS photos of the week. Like, I didn't even want to show them. Like, I feel bad calling somebody out because, like, you should know. There is no reason for you not to know about that. And I will say, back in the day, if it was a film camera, cool. You could take 50 shots and have 5 of them come out, and that was all right, man. But you wouldn't know until you went and got that roll of film developed, and that could be like you got, you know, some of the 1 hour like photomat kind of stuff. But yeah, now your phone shows you that picture's good or not. It's not that hard to look at it and go, oh yeah, that's screwy. Can't have that. And I still can't believe it. like I just, oh God, like I feel bad. Somebody let that agent do that. And maybe it wasn't even an agent. Maybe they sent somebody and they're like, okay, yeah, that's good enough. But you know, do not let that happen to your house. I don't care how bad a shape your house is in. I'm not saying you got to pay, you know, $1,000 for a photographer and a videographer if your house is clearly in distressed shape. I'm not saying you got to do that. But like, if you're, and no, just because you've gotten your iPhone takes great photos does not mean that you take great photos. God, that's a pet peeve of mine. You know, and just because you've got a $50,000 camera does not mean you're going to take good photos. Period. I've got pro photographers. They'll rock a cell phone and you won't know any different. Because they know. They know what they're doing, how and why. They got all the pro tricks. They got it. I try and learn some of that stuff. I've got a couple of those tricks up my sleeve. But no, if you're that bad, I don't care if that listing's only going to pay you $100 at the end of the day. You need to spend at least 75 of it on getting those photos done. That, like, here's the thing. To me, that's my brand. That I want my stuff really good to represent me. But not necessarily the client, not necessarily the property. I want people to look at that and go, that's good. I like that. I dig that. I dig the quality of your work, man. So, but yeah, that's just a damn shame. That's terrible. So, yep, there we go. That's the public shaming of the worst MLS photos I have seen in a very long time. I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed. And don't forget, tomorrow is Fraud Friday, where I talk about the latest in frauds and scams that you need to know about to keep that money in your pocket so you can take that money and go spend it on a house with me. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me this evening. I hope you found it entertaining, maybe even informative. If you have questions, please email them to podcast@zackkidd.com. and I'll include the response in the next live stream. Until then, I'm Zach Kidd, Realtor, Clearwater, Florida, signing off.